Good morning, I'm Maddie Jansen, and this is the podcast of 17 News at Sunrise. It's everything you need to know to start your day in about 15 minutes.
In the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning. A first in Kern County as Delano City Council members take up a proposal to protect undocumented immigrants. We'll have a look at the vote coming up.
And another proposal in a different Kern County town, this one to protect residents' right to bear arms. We'll explain why a council member thinks Tehachapi should be a Second Amendment sanctuary city.
A devastating 911 call after a mom discovers her toddler inside a hot car. A warning every parent needs to hear on this Tuesday, August 6, 2019. Good to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher.
And of course, we're talking about your forecast today, and it's going to be another warm day out there. But the good news is there's a cool down coming later this week. We just got to get through the next couple days.
Absolutely. So Vanessa is in this morning for Kevin, and she has a look at what's ahead today.
That's right, guys. Good morning. We're looking at Tehachapi right now for us. 57 degrees, 63% humidity levels out there for us. Calm winds. We're really looking at those lower 5 to 10 mile per hour winds out there for us. And for the remainder of today, we are expecting to see warmer conditions. But right now, we're kind of having some technical difficulties with our outdoor forecast weather. So I'll have a look at that coming up later on in our newscast. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and send it back to you, Alex, with traffic.
All right, thanks so much, Vanessa. I'm taking you outside for the first time this morning to the 99 near White Lane, and it looks like it's pretty good on that side of town. We do have one accident that's going to be reported on the northbound lanes of the 5 near Laval Road on the on-ramp. And it looks like it's not going to necessarily be too much of an issue. Just be mindful of that if you're headed out that way. And it looks like there's also a traffic hazard being reported on the northbound lanes of I-5 near Grapevine Road. And it looks like there is, doesn't look, we don't exactly know what it is. It could be damage in one of the fast lanes. So be mindful of that. It looks like the number 2 lane of the road there could be damaged. So we'll keep you updated on that to see if that's going to be too much of an issue. Again, this is just coming down just moments ago. So keep you updated on that. Other than that, things are looking pretty good. We'll have another check coming up in about 15 minutes.
New this morning at sunrise, Bakersfield police responded to an apartment complex near 32nd and Q Streets to reports of shots fired. When officers arrived, they heard additional shots and found someone who was wounded. They were taken to the hospital with moderate to major wounds. Police have not confirmed who was shot, but a possible suspect was located and detained. It's unknown what happened leading up to the shooting. Police continue to investigate and interview witnesses at the scene.
It is a first for Kern County as the city of Delano is now a sanctuary city. Delano City Councilman Brian Osorio proposed a resolution to adopt sanctuary status in order to better protect the immigrant community. Sanctuary cities are places where laws, ordinances, regulations, resolutions, and policies are in place, preventing law enforcement from giving information to and cooperating with ICE agents. The council voted 4-1 to become a sanctuary city yesterday, with Mayor Joe Aguirre passionate in voting against it.
We have an administration that's out to get them. If they're here illegally and if there's issues, they're going to come after you. They're going to come looking. But to go out and tell them that you're safe in Delano, that's a lie. That's a lie, and everybody knows it, and we're playing the part that it's okay.
Aguirre adds Delano is now at risk of losing federal funding due to its sanctuary city status.
Meantime, the Tehachapi City Council members discussing becoming a Second Amendment sanctuary city. Last month, City Councilman Ken Hedge pushed for Tehachapi to explore ways to become exempt from some state gun regulations, like bans on certain kinds of ammunition. Hedge argues the state passes so many restrictions that it's a constitutional issue. Last night, Hedge made a motion to have the city attorney look into it, but the issue did not get support from fellow council members, so it never got up for a vote. The Tehachapi City Council also voted down a proposal to put in God We Trust decals on its police vehicles. It was defeated by a 3-2 vote. Several other cities have voted to add the decals to its vehicles as part of a countywide push by Pastor D'Angelo Frazier.
A 2-year-old was found dead inside a hot car in San Diego. It's just another reminder for parents about the dangers of leaving kids inside a car, even if it doesn't feel too hot outside. Police say the toddler's mother called police just before 1 p.m. yesterday to say she had woken up from a nap and could not find her child. The mother then called back to report she found the child inside the car. The toddler was pronounced dead when police arrived. Yesterday's high temperature in San Diego was 77 degrees, and although that temperature is not very hot, the inside of a car can reach triple digits in less than 20 minutes. It's more extreme here at home. With today's expected high of 100 degrees, the inside of your car could reach 120 degrees in about 10 minutes. Tonight you can hang out with your local cops and see some of the cool stuff they use on the job. Kern County law enforcement agencies are taking part in National Night Out. BPD is holding demos of their K9 units and others at Rabobank Arena starting at 6 p.m. And the Sheriff's Office is also holding events at its substations across the county and its headquarters on Norris Road in Bakersfield. Delano, Tehachapi, and other city departments will also host events. You can find the full schedule on our website, kget.com. Just click on the hot link icon.
It's 5:05 now. Education news. A group of Norris Middle School students is part of a new club called Students Leading Education, or SLED. The goal of the program is to let students highlight an issue or problem on their campus, then collectively work toward finding a solution. The program hopes to build teamwork and leadership skills.
The students do all the work, and the SLED leaders are there just to help you along the way a little bit, give you that extra push.
When the students are the ones leading it, you're going to be very impressed with what they come with.
The club will participate in a 4-day program starting Wednesday with a host of student workshops.
It's a chance to plant the seeds of a career in agriculture or energy in the minds of local students. 50 students graduated last night from the Kern County Hispanic Chamber of Commerce's Energy and Agriculture Academy. The graduating class includes students from local high schools, Bakersfield College, Cal State Bakersfield, and Fresno State.
That's our vision of this academy, is that folks, that the students go out and they learn about energy and ag. If they want to go way to college, our hope is that they come back to Bakersfield because there's so many job opportunities here locally in the agriculture industry and the energy sectors.
The academy is primarily funded by Chevron, but also has the support of the Kern Emergent Energy Foundation, Era Energy, and California Resources Corporation.
More than a dozen local teens were honored for their dedication and drive in completing a rigorous 2-week program. The Kern County Veterans Service Department hosted its annual Devil Pups Recognition and Awards Ceremony in downtown Bakersfield last night. 15 teens participated in the Devil Pups Youth Program, where they spent 2 weeks at Camp Pendleton.
They work closely with instructors who are Marines, who pretty much teach them a lot about skills related to leadership, teamwork, working together, kind of believing in yourself, pushing yourself. It's a wonderful experience for them, and it also builds on that camaraderie.
The Devil Pups program was founded in 1954 and it's open to boys and girls ages 14 to 17.
And we are in the midst of the dog days of summer.
Coming up, we'll tell you more about how you can help us clear the shelters. Details after the break.
All right, let's take a look at your morning feed one more time. Take you outside to the 99 near 7th Standard, and it looks pretty clear on that side of town. Again, we're still monitoring this traffic hazard on the northbound lanes of I-5 near the Grapevine off-ramp. It looks like there could be some damage in the roadway. So we'll keep you updated on that. It's not going to be a problem if you're headed southbound, of course, but if you are headed northbound later today, we'll keep you updated on that. Anyways, other than that, things are looking pretty good. We'll have another check coming up in about 15 minutes.
Once again, we need everyone's help to clear the shelters. Every year, NBC stations team up with animal shelters around the country for a massive adoption drive. We're working with the Bakersfield Animal Care Center to find new loving homes for cats and dogs. It's all happening August 17th at the center on 201 South Mount Vernon Avenue from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. You can come by and perhaps add a new member to your family. Again, August 17th. So coming up soon, not this coming Saturday, but the one after. In your Health Watch, there are more than a few opportunities for students to get their shots this week. Kern Public Health is holding a vaccination clinic at Veterans Hall on Ridge Road, just off Mount Vernon Avenue past Heritage Park. The clinic will be held through Friday and will return next Monday as well, Monday through Friday. Call Public Health at the number on your screen, 321-3000, 4 times.
A new study links emotional struggles of parents during pregnancy to poor behavior in their children. A team of researchers surveyed more than 400 expectant mothers and fathers, then followed up several times after birth. They found moms with prenatal stress and anxiety were more likely to have toddlers prone to tantrums, restlessness, and spitefulness. Children were also more likely to be clingy, unhappy, and worried if their parents had conflict soon after birth.
The nation continues to reel from this weekend's two mass shootings, which left more than 30 people dead and dozens injured. If you're feeling stress as a result of the tragedies, experts with the American Psychological Association say it's important to talk about your feelings with a friend or a loved one. And if you're overwhelmed from the recent headlines, step away and focus on something you enjoy. You may also want to talk with kids about their concerns and share your feelings with them as well. Most importantly, make sure you reassure your child that you'll do everything you can to keep them safe and that they're loved.
It is an all too common injury, but could be preventable. Barbara Moore-Sylvia tells us more about how baseball players wearing protective eyewear could be protected from blows to the eye and how one teenager from Rhode Island is a believer.
Michael's injury was severe.
Happening just a few months ago on May 29th.
And I was out playing baseball and I was warming up the pitcher because the catcher wasn't out there, while I was also taking ground balls from the first baseman. And the pitcher threw the ball as I was taking a ground ball to me. I wasn't paying attention and I got hit.
His face was just covered in blood and he was very unorganized. He didn't know where he was. And we knew it was serious at that point. It swelled up right away.
This is Michael's CAT scan.
14-year-old Michael Trotman had external and internal injuries to his left eye area.
The bone underneath was broken. Internally, he had bleeding, which is called a hyphema, inside the eye, which was making his vision quite blurry. He had inflammation as well, which is internal swelling.
And he had a concussion. Would it heal properly?
At the time that I originally met Michael, I didn't know that it would, and it put him at risk for permanent visual impairment.
Michael is far from alone.
We see in the spring, there was one day where I saw 3 serious baseball injuries in one day.
Look all the way over here. How about over here? Any double that way when you look?
No.
Michael is one of the lucky ones, and now these are part of his uniform.
They don't look very flashy, or they don't look very good, but they're protecting me and they're doing the right job.
Something has to absorb that energy when impact is made. So either it's your face or it's your eyewear.
If we could do that day all over again, he would have that eyewear, and perhaps this wouldn't have happened to him.
Michael ended up returning to the final game a month after his injury with his protective eyewear.
I had a double, triple, and a single. And I think I had 5 RBIs that game.
The league president naming Michael MVP.
His face was priceless when he found out that the injured kid was performing so well his first game back.
That was Barbara Moore-Silver reporting.
It's been an American staple for decades, but a local Marie Callender's will shut its doors.
Which restaurant will close here in town? Coming up after the break.
KGET Business Watch is brought to you by Grapevine MSP Technology Services, the Valley's leading IT service provider.
It's 5:24 as Marie Callender's files for bankruptcy. A local restaurant's closure has left customers upset and a former employee furious. Customers were disappointed when they found out the Marie Callender's on Oswell Street in Northeast Bakersfield was closed. We spoke with one woman who says she's been going there since the 1980s and is concerned about the staff. This news of the restaurant closing came as a surprise to employees as well. We spoke with a former server who says the note posted on the door was the only thing given to inform employees that they were not warned about the closure or offered a job at the second Marie Callender's location on California Avenue that remains open. We've reached out to the general manager and have not heard back. Ford's most powerful Mustang ever built is heading to dealerships this fall. The all-new Shelby GT500 is sure to strike a chord among Mustang fans. Ford says the third-generation GT500 is capable of going from 0 to 60 miles per hour in the mid-3-second range. Plus, the new beefed-up version has 760 horsepower and 625 pounds of torque. Ford says the new Shelby GT500 is aimed at Mustang enthusiasts who also want track performance. The starting price is just under $74,000, in case you were wondering, Alex. Google pledging to have a greener future for its products. The company says by 2022, all of its hardware products will contain recycled materials, with some starting later this year. That list includes products like Pixel phones, Google Home speakers, phone cases, and charging stands. Google says it's already started using recycled plastics in Chromecast devices and in the fabric on Google homes and cases. And by 2020, Google promises to make all of its shipments going to or from customers carbon neutral.